Hello YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. If you're returning from previous videos, welcome back, and if you're new, it's great to have you. I encourage you to click and join and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Today I'm fixing a very simple dish that has to cook for quite a while, but it's a simple dish, and it's called Spicy Game Day Meatballs with Smokies. It's delicious, it's easy to fix, and I think you're going to like it. For game days, especially coming up like Super Bowl and other days, or just to fix and have for a crowd that you have over. It'll feed a bunch of people, and it's really delicious. So let's get started and we'll get it going. Today, as usual, I'm using my favorite go-to cooking appliance, and it's the Ninja Speedy. You can use a crock pot or even cook them on the surface of your stove slowly. But my favorite is the Ninja Speedy, and we'll use it as a slow cooker. First thing, I'm going to dump in 2 pounds of frozen meatballs. These are not frozen. I did thaw them, so they're ready to go in without causing the pot to have to heat up for too long. Next, I'm going to put in a package of Little Smokies. These are Hillshire, but you can use any brand you like. Put those in there, stir them around so they're all kind of mixed up. I'll give you a better look at this in a minute when I get everything in there. The next thing I'm going to put in there is I've cut up 2 jalapenos with the skin, seeds, and all. That's optional. You can put those in there, or you can not put them in there if you don't want it as spicy. This is spicy, so we're going to use that in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a rub. It's actually Killer Hogs Barbecue. It's one of my favorites, and I'll put a link to it in the description so you can order it from Amazon if you like, and I'll get a little bit of credit for it too. So I've put in about probably 2 tablespoons of the Killer Hog rub. Next thing we're going to put in is a whole bottle of barbecue sauce. This is Kraft. It doesn't matter what kind you use, really, whatever your preference is. The cheap sauce is fine. It works just as well. And this is the sweet and spicy. Since I'm doing these spicy, I thought I'd use a spicy sauce too. And the last ingredient we're going to put in is a whole jar, an 18-ounce jar of grape jelly. I know it doesn't sound the greatest, but when you taste it, you'll love it. You'll see why we put the jelly in there. I can't get it to come out of the jar. There we go. Now I'm going to stir that up. It doesn't have to be stirred all the way down to the bottom, because when it heats, it's all going to kind of run down there anyway. And we're going to need to, every 30 minutes while it's cooking, come back here and stir it up so it stays nice and mixed and everything is exposed to all of the good flavors. There's a good view of the way it looks in the pot before it's cooked and the way it is to begin with. These, by the way, are beef meatballs, not flavored, but they're beef meatballs, but you can use turkey or pork or anything you like. You can even make your own meatballs and put them in there and use them that way. Alright, let's get the lid closed and we'll get started cooking. I'm going to cook these on the slow cook setting of the Ninja Speedy. So let's get it to slow cook. And we're going to use high, and the shortest amount of time on the Speedy is 4 hours, so we're going to set it to 4, but it won't take that. It's probably going to take about 3 hours. It's on 4, on high. We're going to start, and we'll be back in 30 minutes when it's time to stir them the first time. We're at the 30-minute mark, so let's take a look and see how they're doing. Looks like they're doing very well. We'll give them a quick stir to begin to mix all of the different sauces and ingredients, and then we'll leave them alone for another 30 minutes. They sure smell good. They're beginning to smell kind of smoky and tangy. There we go. See you back in 30 minutes. We're at the 1 hour mark now, and it's time to take a look. Let's see where we are. Yeah, they're looking good. Stir them up a little bit. Sauce is beginning to get a little thicker. And they're ready to go for another 30 minutes. So we'll check back then. We've been cooking for a full 2 hours now, and it smells unbelievably good. And let's take a look. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. You can see it's boiling. The sauce is getting pretty thick now. And I think it's basically ready, but it's gone for 2 hours. So let's let it go for 30 more minutes. And we will have been 2.5 hours, and I think it'll be perfect at that time. We'll check back then, and if it's as far along as I think it'll be, we'll plate it up and give it a taste. These have been cooking for 2.5 hours in the slow cooker now. They're ready, so I'm going to turn them off. We're going to take a look. The sauce has gotten nice and thick on them, and they look amazing. They're just exactly like you'd want them to look. Look at that. All nice and thick and bubbly. I'm going to go off camera for a minute, and I'm going to plate them up. And we'll take a look at them and give it a taste. There they are. That's the finished product. They look and smell absolutely amazing. Let's give them a try. See what they taste like. First of all, we'll try one of these Little Smokies. See what it tastes like. Cooked just right. And it's cooked long enough that the sauce is thick enough that it clings to the meatballs and the Smokies. Very, very good. This dish is sweet and spicy and a little bit hot because of the jalapenos, and leaves you some room for some customization of your own. You could add a little bit of spicy mustard to them. You could omit the peppers. You could add some onions. You could do a lot of different things to make them your own. And it would be great no matter how you did it. If you enjoyed this recipe, please share it with others by clicking on the share button down below. And if you're not already a member of my YouTube channel, please subscribe and like this video, and it helps us get the video out to more people. Also, if you want to purchase a Ninja Speedy or any of the items that we use here on the channel, it helps the channel just a little bit to offset some of the cost of the food and cooking. So again, thank you for joining Larry Under Pressure, and we'll see you next time.